Hi, this is Faith Sykes with Social Security Benefit Planners, and we're here to help you retire better. Today I wanted to talk about something I don't know, a lot of us out there have had a dream of retiring overseas, whether that's Bali, Ireland, Morocco, Mexico, where have you. But wanted to talk a little bit about how Social Security affects you if you decide to retire overseas. So first of all, there are 20 countries that have agreements to prevent double taxation. So in the rest of the countries, you'll have to pay taxes to not only your host country, but to Uncle Sam as well. Number two is that there are 25 or about 25 countries that have bilateral agreements that allow you to transfer your Social Security credits to or from the US. So let's just say that you are Canadian and you worked in Canada for 20 years and then you moved to the US and worked another 15 years here and you decided you wanted to reside in the US. You can transfer your 20 years of Canadian credits to the US. Vice versa, if you wanted to retire in Canada, you could do the same thing. So that can be really helpful to vest you into Social Security. And as a reminder, basically what the US does is they look at the top 35 years of your Social Security income and they do an average. So the more money you make, the higher your benefit will be. And then the second piece of that is they look at the age that you take it. Age 62 is the earliest, which if you take it early can be a 25 to 30% permanent reduction in benefits. And the longer you delay, which at age 70 is the highest benefit, that benefit will go up. So anyway, number one was that double taxation. So if you can work in a country that doesn't have that, you can definitely save you some money on the taxes. Understanding the countries that have the bilateral agreement to be able to transfer your credits can be really helpful in getting a higher benefit. There are two countries. Now, there's more than two countries that they don't really like us U.S. citizens to retire in, but there's two that are kind of a dead hard no. One being North Korea, and Cuba is the second one, that if you decide to retire in one of these two countries, do not plan on getting your Social Security benefits at all. The other countries that they have out there, you can ask for an exception in those cases. So if you have, if you are or you have a non-U.S. spouse, you may or they may or may not be entitled to benefits if you were to pass. There are some really different rules. There are over 2,700 regulations that oversee Social Security. So, the laws will vary depending on the country. This can really honestly be very complex. These are definitely cases that if you're trying to get, information and get things figured out, we can definitely help in those cases. And let's say that you decide to retire over in Mexico or where have you. Medicare. So Medicare, you should always still apply for Part A, which you can do 3 months before your 65th birthday. So even if you plan on residing overseas, you should always get Part A. Part B, there is something to be said. If you don't apply on time, there can be a lifetime penalty for your Medicare. But one thing that would be good to know if you decide to reside overseas is that Medicare will not pay for health care overseas. Now there's a small, slim little piece in there that if you are traveling, let's say for 2 weeks over to Europe or Asia or what have you, it can pay some limited health benefits during that time, but it's definitely not made to be as a full-time health insurance, so you'll have to get outside health insurance for that. So now if you worked into Social Security and did not pay into, if you worked overseas and did not pay into Social Security for a certain amount of years, your pension from that country, and let's say that you get a pension, would most likely trigger either a windfall earnings provision, which is a WEP, that will partially offset your Social Security benefits. Or let's say that your spouse had benefits through another country and they're going to receive a pension. that will affect your Social Security benefits and will lower the Social Security benefits. So those are things to kind of keep in mind. So our little tips are, there are countries that you can avoid double taxation. There are countries where that have bilateral agreements where you can transfer your credits. You cannot, no Korea and no Cuba for you. And, you know, Medicare, you still want to sign up for that no matter what. And you know, if you are going to reside overseas, you're probably going to be looking at having another premium for the health insurance for that country. And if you worked overseas at some point or in the US and did not pay into Social Security for certain years, then you could have an offset. So this is Faye Sykes with Social Security Benefit Planners. You know, our hope is that you can get the most out of the benefit that you've paid into for all of your work, you know, work life. And again, our website is www.socialsecuritybp.com. And you know, one thing that we'd encourage you guys to do, if you've got comments or questions, please leave them below. And we do have a quiz on our website. So if you think you know Social Security, feel free to go there and test your knowledge. Our website again, socialsecuritybp.com. And look forward to seeing you at our next talk. Have a great day.